Hey everyone, it's your girl Curls on Curls. So I'm here today because I wanted to do a review on the Shea Moisture hair dye in dark auburn. So I really made this video, I was requested to make this video because I've been looking to dye my own hair for a while. I've been getting my hair dyed for a while actually, and it's really expensive. For my hair, it's about anywhere from 200 to 300 to dye all of my hair. So I was like, okay, this is starting to get really expensive. A lot of my friends dye their hair at home. So I really wanted to look into hair care dyes that I could buy at the store. So I recently started using Shea Moisture conditioner, leave-in, oils, and everything. And I was like, why don't I try their hair dyes? But as I'm sure you already have thought about, it's really hard to figure out, okay, for my hair color, which dye do I use? How is it going to turn out? Is my hair going to fall out? So it turns into a whole process. So my thing is, I'm especially making this video for people who already have hair that has dye or like henna, any type of color in it. So my hair was already a really like a dark brown. I had it dyed before. And what was really starting to bother me were my dark roots. So I was like, okay, let me get a dye, from Target that I can touch up my roots, and then it'll just blend in nice on top of my already colored hair. So I watched a few YouTube videos, and people seem to be really happy with the Shea Moisture. So I actually wanted the dark brown, the light brown dye, but they didn't have it in the Target that I went to. So the next best thing was the dark auburn. And on the box, I can't find where the box is. I think someone threw it out, but on the box it shows you what your hair color is before and what it'll look like after. And mine was about probably the darkest. So my roots were probably the darkest color, and then my from like here down where I already had dye was probably like the medium one. So I was like, okay, I think this will work. And I have to say, this is the after. I'll have to post it before. I'm really happy with it. I'm in the light. You can see it kind of has like a reddish brown appearance to it. Again, it didn't fully lift my roots. If you could tell, my roots are still like on the darker side. But the part that was already colored is like in the sun. It's really like reddish, vibrant. I'm really happy with it. I just wish that my natural roots were able to get a little lighter, but I think that's kind of what happens when you have dark hair to begin with. So I just wanted to put this out there. Don't expect, especially if you get the dark auburn, don't expect it to come out like my kind of from here down, because this was already dyed. It'll be a lot more subtle, like kind of like how you see how my bangs are, or my roots. It's more of a subtle look, but I think it's gorgeous. I think it's great for summer. I really recommend it. So I'm contemplating actually. So by the way, it took me 2 boxes. One box I strictly just did for my roots, and then the second box I did for the ends of my hair. I think a big mistake that people make is using only one box, and you find that you don't get the results that you wanted. But I used 2 boxes just because, I have a lot of hair. And I was going to say something else. Oh, my second thing that I was going to say is that I'm thinking about, even though I used 2 boxes, I'm thinking about getting another box and just doing like until here, my roots, so that they get lighter. But I don't know if that's healthy or not, being that I just dyed it. And I did this about a week ago actually, and I'm really happy with it. Besides, my roots still being darker, I love it. So I really do recommend Shea Moisture hair dye. It's not as dramatic of an effect as you would think for a permanent hair dye, but still, being that my hair is darker, I think that it did a really good job. It didn't make my hair super dry. I did notice that my hair shed a lot. I don't know if anybody else had this problem, but after I washed it, like I followed the directions like word for word on the box, but after I washed it, my hair was coming out in like, I don't want to say clumps, but a lot of hair was coming out. Granted, I do have a lot of hair, but that just made me a little nervous. But I guess with any chemical that you're putting on your body, it can make your hair come out. I don't know if anybody else has any comments as to that. But yeah, I think I'm pretty happy. It's subtle. I think it's really subtle. It's not. I was afraid to do the bright auburn just because I didn't want my hair to be like red, even though my hair is darker, so it probably wouldn't have been red. But I erred on the side of caution just because it was my first time dyeing my own hair. I didn't want to have like a nightmare disaster. I didn't want to be crying. So I think if you want to do kind of a subtle look, you have hair on the darker side or hair that's already dyed. It's summertime, you want to look cute. I would recommend starting with the Shea Moisture Dark Auburn. I think it's beautiful. Besides my hair kind of coming out after I washed it, it doesn't feel like super dry or anything. I mean, it's a little dry, but I mean, I think that's what happens when you dye your hair. But it's not like it's breaking off or, you know, like a hair dye at home horror story. It's not like that at all. So yeah, if you guys want me to post any other videos of my hair care routine, again, this is like day 3 hair, so it's a little big. I love it though, but I wanted to just post this video because if you're like me, I was really nervous before I dyed my own hair, but I wanted to save money. But it was hard finding people who already had dyed hair to see what the effect would look like. So yeah, so Shea Moisture is awesome. I would totally do it. And let me know if you're also scared and you have any questions before you dye your own hair. That's what I'm here for. All right, have a lovely Sunday. Bye.